Hello. Thank you for taking the time to view our video. We appreciate it. I'm Bob Harper, General Manager of KB Energy. KB Energy is a company that was formed in 2006 to manufacture and market ethanol and electricity. We do this in a way that converts a waste product into a transportation fuel. If you had the opportunity to invest in the next Microsoft or Google, would you take advantage of that idea? That's what we're here for. It's trying to put people together for the enhancement of our company, our investors, the environment, and even national security. Big claims, yes they are. But if you could invest in a company that accomplished those goals, would you be interested? I know your time's valuable, so let's look what KB Energy can accomplish. We manufacture cellulosic as well as traditional ethanol. We make ethanol from a waste product, not corn or switchgrass or any edible crop. We manufacture electricity, enough for our own purposes and a sufficient amount to sell back to the electrical grid. We recycle polluted water to be used as irrigation. We reduce current greenhouse emissions by 67%. We eliminate the opportunity for foodborne illness. We reduce noxious odors and decrease the chances of insects infesting human beings. These goals are accomplished using simple chemistry and a little applied microbiology. We have a patent and are operating under the patent pending protection of the government. The outlook is very bright and the time is now. Why bright and why now? Ethanol is a transportation fuel. It's used to power your car, replacing straight unleaded gasoline. As an example, under current law in the state of California, ethanol content in every gallon of gas that's sold is 5%. As of January 1, 2009, that will increase to 10%, in essence doubling that existing market. Different states have different laws regulating air quality requirements. Ethanol burns cleaner than standard unleaded gasoline, so it reduces the pollutants in the air. Last year in 2007, the United States manufactured and consumed over 7 billion gallons of ethanol. The market has risen in a steady manner over the last few years when ethanol was found to be superior to MTBE as a gas additive. The federal government has mandated through the Energy Act of 2007 that ethanol production raise to 34 billion gallons by the year 2022. That'll be a tough number to accomplish for the ethanol industry. The government has further mandated that a portion of that come from cellulosic ethanol. The primary method of manufacturing ethanol currently is to use corn. To achieve those numbers, it's estimated that we don't have a sufficient amount of acres currently in production to grow enough corn to manufacture that amount of ethanol. So the government wants some of that production to come from cellulosic sources. That's what we do. Corn alone has doubled in price over the last few years, and it's currently estimated to go to $6 a bushel, which is just not going to be a great big impetus to the ethanol manufacturers to continue to operate. On the Chicago Board of Trade, ethanol traditionally sells for between $2 and $4 a gallon. This last summer, it got to a price of $3.86 a gallon. When we get to the economics of this process, you'll please note that all of our figures are based on $2 a gallon for ethanol. An additional benefit of our patented process is that our plant is completely self-sufficient from an electrical standpoint. After plant requirements, we expect to have an excess of about 35 megawatts of electricity per day, or enough electricity to run about 30,000 homes. This electricity, while at a negotiated price, should generate income slightly in excess of $3 million a year. This production, along with the ethanol production, shows total sales of $25 million per year. So why have we been able to crack this cellulosic ethanol search when companies like Shell and BP and Chevron are still looking? Because we have a secret. The common dairy cow. Good old Bossy. While the oil giants are searching for the answer in the laboratory, we found it in real life. For completely different reasons, in 2005, we began to look for a better way to handle Bossy's manure. What we almost just stumbled over was that Bossy has a lot of sugars in her manure. Sugar is converted to ethanol by a simple and readily available microbe. Bossy does one additional thing that man has yet to replicate. She breaks down cellulose in her digestive tract. Through a process called enzymatic hydrolysis, the bacteria in Bossy's four stomachs react on the cellulosic material and form compound sugars. With these additional sugars, manufacturing ethanol from this manure becomes a very profitable venture. There's one other problem with Bossy's manure. Bossy creates methane, a lot of methane. Methane's a greenhouse gas that is 23 times more damaging to the atmosphere than carbon dioxide. Methane is also a gas that will burn. Once cleaned up, it is as efficient as natural gas to run a turbine generator. That's where we'll get our electrical production, and we'll stop the spread of greenhouse gases by 67%. To the investor, what does all this mean? It means a return on investment in 18 months. It also means a profit of 6 times the original investment within 48 months, and the opportunity for future investment through separate licensing. Once the plant is established, it will be used as an example of how and why what we are able to do, and licensed to other dairies and entrepreneurs around the world. We will produce 8.5 million gallons at our plant from 15,000 cows. When the licensing segment of the business starts, with ethanol and electricity being produced anywhere in the world, there is a sufficient number of cows. The growth potential is endless. Additional information, technical data, economic data, etc. are all available. So thank you for your time and your interest.